This week, my journey starts from within Toronto Pearson International Airport as I connect off my previous Flair Airlines flight, and this afternoon I'm flying back to Dublin, Ireland with Aer Lingus. I discovered Toronto's filthiest airport shower, not Aer Lingus's fault I might add. I win the economy jackpot on board, and finally find some in-flight entertainment worth watching. Well, good afternoon from Toronto Pearson International Airport here in Canada. Excuse the windswept hair, I've just connected in from New York's JFK on Flair Airlines. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll pop a link up top, definitely worthwhile checking that one out. But tonight I'm flying back to Dublin, Ireland with Aer Lingus on their A330 aircraft in economy. So I'm going to show you their seat, their service, their product offering and everything in between from start to finish. So without further ado, let's get this trip report started to Dublin, Ireland. Aer Lingus depart from Terminal 3 here at Toronto Pearson International Airport, and the connection process is pretty simple, although you do have to go through security again as it leads you out to the main check-in area and doesn't allow you to remain airside. Once through security, which took about 10 minutes, I spotted this cake vending machine from Carlo's Bake Shop. Yep, whatever will they think of next? After checking Priority Pass, I headed for the Plaza Premium Lounge as I wanted a shower, but upon arriving I was told that this particular lounge doesn't have showers, so I had to head to the other Plaza Premium Lounge located at gate C32. Just something to bear in mind. Now, I wish I could be positive about this lounge, but the staff attitudes were really poor upon arrival. The lounge was very busy, and I was told that if there were no seats available, I could simply stand at the bar. And even though the bar was very well stocked indeed, it wasn't a good start or a warm welcome. Anyway, there's great apron views of both the runways to the left and right, plus this large main taxiway. I finally got a comfortable seat as the lounge bottomed out and grabbed a couple of glasses of orange juice before exploring what food options were available. There was cream of carrot soup with fresh croutons, a selection of breads and a toaster, plus some pastries and croissants, a live pasta station cooking a pesto cream style penne, some dim sum which looked a little sad, a penne with ham, chicken and cream, rice with vegetables, and Swedish-style meatballs. A very sad salad selection, and some square slices of cake. Oh, and lots of insects running around. Just what you want to see when you're eating your dinner. I then asked one of the attendants to take a shower and was shown to one of their shower suites. There was water absolutely everywhere, presumably from the previous guest, not to mention mould and grime, which was absolutely rampant. The shower was very small, had poor water pressure, and a soap selection that looked like it was from the 1990s. Well, I'm moderately refreshed, but I do feel like I've just done a stint at Shawshank Prison. I mean, the most ridiculously dirty shower ever. I'd probably come out more filthy than when I went in, but I needed a shower. Yeah, bit odd, because the attendant sort of walked me to the shower and showed me and gave me a towel, and then said, oh, the door doesn't lock, so you kind of have to just sort of fiddle with the handle a bit. I'll show you that in a second. And just hope it locks. Excellent. After that rather interesting shower experience, I got back in time to see my Aer Lingus A330 land in from Dublin. And that was the nod for me to head to the gate. The B29 gate was just a 5-minute walk from the Plaza Premium Lounge, so I had plenty of time to get there. Today's aircraft is this 23-year-old A330-200, which was supposed to go to Air Luxor, but it wasn't taken up, so went to Qatar Airways in 2003 before joining the Aer Lingus fleet in 2018. So just waiting to board, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't knackered. This is flight 3 or 4 in as many, like 22 hours I think, off the top of my head, 24 hours. So looking forward to getting on this Aer Lingus flight and just chilling out a bit. So looks like we're going to kick off and get boarded shortly, so I'll take you with me as always. I'm looking forward to this one though. Never done Aer Lingus long haul, so it's going to be interesting to see what they offer.
Oh, and forgot to say, the seat next to me is empty at the moment, so it's 242 off the top of my head, so that's a little win. She did say that when I asked, they were still allocating seats and checking people in and stuff, so hopefully, cross your fingers for a bit of good luck. With no my luck, it probably will be filled already, but a man can dream. Fingers crossed. So in a strange twist of events, aboard of the aircraft, the gate agent came and found me and she said, look, good news, still free, so you've got the 2 seats, 44A, 44C, boarded, and there was a massive mound of sort of blankets and things and headphones like piled up on the seat in a bin bag. So I nipped to the back and just said to the crew, look, I don't know if these have been left. And she said, oh no, we've moved you to 40 and given you a row of 4 seats. They're all empty, so you can literally turn it into a bed. Aer Lingus, I could kiss you if you were a physical being. You have made a very tired man very happy.
The seat came with a usual sized pillow, a soft blanket in Aer Lingus colours, and these disposable in-ear headphones. We'll put those to the test later. There's a 9.5-inch HD IFE screen, a USB-A charging point, overhead lights but no air vents, and a fold-down tray table, but these were really stained. I'm unsure what this was. Any ideas? Let me know in the comments below. The legroom was standard but comfortable, and there was a webbed pocket for literature and small belongings. The seats also recline in economy and are adorned with this shamrock green fabric cover.
Just completing our boarding process, just the last bit of paperwork, then we'll have the doors closed and you ready for pushback and departure out of Toronto here.
Reminiscent of the Air New Zealand Sky Couch, which I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore. I don't know if they did away with that. But it was a product where you could buy 3 seats for the price, I think, of 1.5 or 2, and then they gave you a light duvet and you could lie down, across the seats. But this is essentially the Aer Lingus unofficial Sky Couch. But I'm very grateful that, however it's happened because it's extremely comfortable. And for a 6-hour flight, I can just chill like this and have a small bite to eat, and before we know it, we'll be touching down in Dublin. So I do apologise for no takeoff shot today, but I think it's a fair trade-off.
The IFE, although basic, is pretty touch responsive with a variety of movies, TV shows, music and more. But I spotted something which I know a lot of you would also be watching if you were on this flight. Yes, the Inside Aer Lingus documentary, which I thought would be a great time to trial the complimentary in-ear headphones. not a match for my Bose, sadly.
So I've resumed my normal seating position for just a moment, and the crew have just come round with the drink service really quick. So I had an orange juice, then she said, would I like a beer? Just as an apology for moving seats, and I said, hey, you've done me a favour, but they were very insistent. Now, as awesome as the bed is, the armrests are fixed so they don't go up, but fortunately, if you're long on the edge, you can kind of get both your legs underneath and it's not uncomfortable in any way, so that's what I've done. So yeah, no complaints. At this moment in time, I have a business class seat for the price of an economy seat, and when you paid points and taxes, you didn't even really pay full price for an economy seat. So this is the ultimate Aer Lingus win.
Talking of the costs, the cash fare at the time of booking was £601, but I opted for a reward booking through the British Airways Club for £111.70 plus 13,000 Avios. And while it's not possible to purchase exactly 13,000 Avios, by doing some quick maths, I estimate their cost to be approximately £245. Now, adding that to the taxes and fees means I swerved paying £601 and the flight actually cost me £356.70, a total saving of £244.30.
So the meal service has just been concluded. A mixed bag really. There was a chicken hot pot or a vegetable cheesy pasta on offer, and by the time they got to about row 35 they'd got no chicken left, and to be fair I would have probably gone for the pasta anyway, so it's no biggie. So I had the pasta. It was really, really nice. Still quite al dente, so it had a bit of a bite to it, which was nice. Some of these pasta dishes in economy sometimes can be a bit sort of, I don't know what the word is really, happy. So it was nice, to be fair. The starter was a caprese salad with mozzarella, pesto, tomatoes and lettuce, and it was okay. The cheese was really good, but the tomatoes were sort of almost frozen, unfortunately. They were still quite icy. And there was a vegan chocolate brownie, which didn't taste vegan at all. It was a really good chocolate brownie, very, very moist and gooey. And a bread roll, butter, a small plastic pot of water, and a creamer, and the crew have just come round and offered tea and coffee to everybody. Now, I did pass because I'm shattered. I sound like a stuck record, but I'm absolutely knackered. This is flight 3 or 4 in 22, 23 hours, so I haven't stopped. So I'm ready for a bit of rest. So I'm going to whack these tables up, I'm going to get my feet up in the unofficial Aer Lingus Sky Couch and get 2 or 3 hours sleep. And I feel it's a bit of an unfair one, this really, isn't it, on the comfort levels, because normally I wouldn't have a row of 4 to myself. It's just that things really looked out today. But nevertheless, I'll take it anyway. So, just woke up from the most amazing sleep. Oh, honestly, it's space, and that's all it is that you need to get through flights feeling that little bit better. It's been pretty nice. I've been asleep for about, I'd say 4 hours maybe, which on the overnight leg is really good. So, thank you Aer Lingus for the 4 seats and the private little bed. Much appreciated. If you wish to do that on any future flights, I will be just as receptive. Apparently there's some breakfast coming round. Now, I'll try and get a video of what you get, but I'm not going to partake in the breakfast offering. So I feel a bit worse for wear, stomach-wise, so I'm going to pass, I think. Sometimes the airplane eggs is just not enticing enough.
So as I say this, we've got about an hour and 35 minutes to go before we land into Dublin, and then we've got about 2 hours on the ground in the lounge there before we connect onto Emerald Airlines over to Leeds, and that's on a ATR 72 turboprop aircraft. So that's going to be cool. Looking forward to that one. And then get to Leeds, get back home. It's about an hour and a half journey for me on the train, and start the editing. I thought I'd quickly check on the toilets, and they were relatively clean, and this was after 5 and a bit hours of flying, so no major complaints from me. The soap was provided by Horsley's, and this is standard for many airlines. All in all, pretty decent toilet check. Now, a bit more sleep won as the breakfast service commenced, but it was a hot Irish breakfast with soda bread and butter and a small carton of orange juice. It was served in a cardboard style box, as you can see here. So we just heard from the flight deck, they've got a bit of a shortcut, so we're pretty much packing up now and getting ready to land into Dublin, and this one's been a really nice flight, to be fair. I've had a really good sleep. I even drifted off as they were handing out the breakfast boxes, like, sleep has been so easy on this, but then like I said, when there's space, it really is. So yeah, you know, I think even if this was a full row of 4, the economy product's pretty good on Aer Lingus. It's a little bit dated, you know, you look around and it's not as modern as some economy products, but it's comfortable, and the legroom seems to be really good, really competitive, and the crew are really friendly and really helpful, so I've got no qualms in recommending Aer Lingus, for sure. So we're just waiting now to get on the ground, and then we'll head over to that connection to fly down to Leeds on Emerald Airlines. And then we go home. It's been a fun trip. Aer Lingus Good morning everyone. On behalf of Aer Lingus, our code-share partners, British Airways and American Airlines, and of course all the operation crew with you through the night, you're very welcome to Ireland's Dublin Airport. Aer Lingus' economy might be showing its age, but it still delivers where it counts. Friendly crew and decent comfort make this a surprisingly easy red-eye. From a very early morning just after sunrise here at Dublin Airport, I've been James Warren Oliver, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss another upload. Plenty more aviation, travel and hotel content coming your way. See you in the next one.